Welcome everyone to the video, and welcome to the flea market. I know it's been a while since I posted. I've really been, playing a lot of catch up. It's, man, when you're recovering from illness, and you're, I think maybe if you're in any business, you're recovering. You really, once you're back to normal, you're trying to go full speed ahead, and you're trying to get things caught up. I'm trying to make sure I get things listed, sent out, shipped, because I'm still having orders come in, so that's not stopping. So, the reselling business takes priority. Videos, unfortunately, go to the back burner. I was trying to keep up with my shorts, though, trying to keep, the short form content going here on YouTube. But as far as full-length videos, it has to go to the back burner if, I got to get caught up on reselling, because that is what brings the money in right now. Maybe it'll switch in the future. Maybe it'll be more YouTube videos bringing in money. So, but either way, we're here at the flea market. We're picking up stuff. We're starting off right in the front of the flea market, which I don't typically do. It's a little unusual for me to be up here in the front. Prices do tend to be higher at these vendors that are at the front. And I don't know, the quality of the stuff just isn't there. I don't know why. Sometimes I find stuff, sometimes I don't. But this PC game is definitely not. I'm holding it, looking at it. I'm trying to see, decide. I picked up that Windows NT server software. I think I've said this before, or I've talked about it at least before. Is you definitely want to look out for software, Microsoft, Apple software, Microsoft Office software. Definitely look out for it, pick it up. Even older stuff, it's definitely worth giving it a look up just to be sure. You never know. But I do really well picking up operating systems and getting those listed, and they sell fairly quickly. As a matter of fact, I just sold 2 copies of, what was it? Oh, it's Apple OS X Snow Leopard. And they sold for right around $20 each, so, and they were quick sales. Here you go. Here's I also sold a copy of Microsoft Office. I think it was 2013 for Mac, and that sold within about a week of me listing it. And that one sold for a little bit more. That one sold for $25, if I remember correctly. So definitely don't pass up software. Keep your eyes out for it. Operating systems, older operating systems. I was just looking for a copy, of an older operating system, Microsoft XP, that I needed for a retro system I was building. So people need them. People still need those old operating systems. Windows 10. I found Windows 10 operating system out there at this flea market before, brand new, sealed, and that will do incredibly well. And it's also, the latest Windows is Windows 11. But if you have a copy of Windows 10, you get the free upgrade to Windows 11. So Windows 10 is still pretty valuable if you find it out there. Sometimes you'll find it in a retail box. Not very common in a retail box from my experience. But it's easier to find it in what we call OEM. It'll be just like a plain, nondescript type of box. But OEM operating systems are more for system builders. And they generally come with a single license, and so you got to make sure they're not used. They generally come with a single license and what do you call it? And some warranty issues as well too. I'm not really 100% sure. I've never read the warranty information on those. But look out for it. Look out for operating systems, software. Okay. All right. We got a bunch of clothes right here in the front. You guys know I'm not a coding person. That'll be the last thing I reach for if I am. If I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel and I really can't find anything, I'll look at clothes. Or if for some reason I'm looking at somebody's booth and then suddenly I start to spot some names I'm familiar with, which I did recently pick up some jerseys. I just saw some jerseys and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to have to pick these up. They're a good price, and sure enough, they were. Keyboards. I'm a big time keyboard buyer. Matter of fact, I was at the flea market again today, and one of the guys there that I buy keyboards from regularly he had some more for me, so I picked them up. Now this vendor here, real nice guy. I mean, I don't necessarily know him, but I mean, we see each other all the time here. And he's here all the time, usually when I'm here. But the stuff on the outside tables, and you'll start to learn if you go to, flea market, if you go to flea markets in your area, even at thrift stores and stuff, you'll start to learn the patterns and where things are exactly. But on these outer tables, generally you will not find too much that you can resell. Generally, it's already been picked over. It's already been determined that he's probably only going to sell it for, $5 or less on this outer table. And that's all it's about worth. It's about $5 or less on those outer tables. Occasionally, you will get lucky and you will find stuff that is worth reselling on those outer tables. But the good stuff is going to be right here at this table, right next to his truck, right where he just unloaded everything. Lord of the Rings, this is definitely a pickup. This game actually already sold for me. I think it sold for $15, $12 or $15. But Lord of the Rings stuff does really well. It has a huge following. When it comes to Lord of the Rings, though, you definitely want to look out for the PC games. Now, the PC games are pretty spiked in value. I sold one recently, which was 3 games in one, 3 Lord of the Rings games in one, for, I think it was $120 a few months ago. And the reason why the PC games for Lord of the Rings go for more is because they are not on any streaming service right now or any service you can download. A lot of PC gamers, we download stuff or we buy games on Steam. Steam's the big one. I know a lot of the other major companies like EA has one. But Lord of the Rings is not on any of those, so you have to have the hard copies in order to play them. Which is why they tend to go for more, and it's also Lord of the Rings, and I'm a huge Lord of the Rings fan, and there's a bunch of Lord of the Rings fans out there, so look out for the PC versions. These other ones will do okay if you get them for like $1 or $2. Yeah, even $2 is a little much. I mean, $1 is really where I would like to be at for PlayStation, Xbox games. So I'm just going to double check my memory and make sure they are still going for, a decent amount. I haven't, I don't purchase too many like Xbox or PS2 games. I will if they're the right price, but it's not. I think I've said this in a previous video. I went from the original Nintendo NES to a Sega Genesis, and then it was off to PC gaming for me. I never really got into GameCube or N64 or anything like that. This is a Longchamp. This is a pretty common Longchamp. It's also a pretty commonly faked Longchamp. It's a nylon with some leather accents. It has the leather handles, the leather closure on it. A very good bag. I find them all the time. The value on those have really gone down quite a bit, and they do tend to be priced up pretty, priced up to where, the profit margin isn't really that great. But then again, it is a really easy shipper, and it doesn't really weigh anything. It's a poly bag. So if you can get them for about $5 or less, you'd probably be selling them for around $20 to $25, depending on the condition. Now, I find a lot of those Longchamp nylon bags in rough shape, so I want them to be in good condition if I'm buying them. And as a matter of fact, I just sold the Longchamp tote. Definitely want to be on the lookout. I mean, those Longchamps, a lot of people are familiar with those Longchamps, those nylon ones. There are other Longchamp purses out there that fly under the radar. They're priced really low, especially at thrift stores and here at the flea market. They're a little bit better at identifying the brands. At Goodwills and stuff, they are not as good as a lot of these flea market people are. At least a lot of the people I buy from. So some of the other Longchamp purses will fly under the radar. And I just recently sold a tote style leather, black leather purse for, I think it was $60. And it was a Goodwill find for $11. All right, I'm circling back over here. We're circling back over. We're taking a look at the... I just realized I kind of missed it. This vendor back here, I kind of miss this vendor a lot. I don't... And I think it's probably because all the clothes are towards the front. And, you know, I just tend to walk right by clothes. So, I tend to miss this little section back here. And as a matter of fact, you know, man, I usually come to this flea market on empty stomach. So that food's looking good. This is a graphics card shroud. It's a shroud and fan setup. And the reason why I picked it up was because, first of all, it is for a graphics card. And so that would be, you know, more focused towards PC gamers. And PC gamers like me tend to pay up for hardware and stuff. And this also has RTX on the side. So it's an NVIDIA RTX. The RTX stands for is an acronym. I don't remember what everything stands for, but it's in regards to ray tracing. And so, and the ray tracing are the more modern cards. Why this shroud would be here like that is because maybe they water cooled their card, and they took this, you know, shroud off. They didn't need it. Eventually got here to the flea market. And from time to time, people do look for these shrouds. I've looked for the shrouds before. I've looked for just the fans before, to repair or to just, restore it back to how it came from the factory. So I'm definitely going to pick this up for a couple bucks. And that should resell for probably around $20, $25. That was a lot of words. I feel that was a lot of words I just did. Or I just came up with right now. So let me know what you guys think of these videos. I'm going to be changing the format soon, more towards the end of the video when I do a recap. And there will be a series of videos coming out without any recap. Like I said, I was sick. And I just listed without doing any recaps or anything. I wasn't having it. It was a couple weeks of sickness, and all my videos are backing up. Right, we're moving on through. We're moving through here. This guy, you'll see this guy here in the well, not the guy, but that that center section, where that bookcase was. The guy that sells there, he sells a lot of stuff. There is a lot of stuff there. And he moves a lot of product. And the prices are just great. The issue I have isn't his stuff or his prices or anything. It's just the stuff I buy from him just doesn't sell. It just doesn't move. And I don't, it's stuff that I pick up from, it's weird. It's kind of weird. Because there's stuff I pick up from other people that move quick. And it's not like I'm buying anything different than I normally would, but for some bizarre reason, the stuff that I buy from him does not sell. It's just kind of strange. I can't figure it out, and sometimes I just have to severely discount items just to get them out, clear them out. I'm actually sitting on a great product that I picked up from him. It's a KVM. It allows you to hook up multiple HDMI, multiple devices to a single monitor and keyboard and stuff. Not HDMI. It's through DisplayPort. And it's a great item. I use 2 of them actually personally. And I found it there brand new. It should resell for well over $50, but it's been sitting in my store already for about 4 months now. And for me, 4 months is a long time. I know a lot of people, have stuff sitting around for years, but for me, I move a lot of the stuff you'll see me pick up. I move half of it within 90 days. And then hopefully the other half moves 90 days after that, and then, it's just, a cycle. that continues on. So I don't like to hold on to stuff for too long. You know, space, time, everybody, you know, talk about time is money, space, you know, even space, you know, storage is money. You know, I could use that storage for more profitable items. So you just take it as a learning experience, you know, I just won't buy that again, you know. So hence is why I don't, you know, really buy from the center. You don't see me really go towards the center here in this front area of the flea market too much. He occupies quite a bit of space in the middle, and he moves a lot of product, and for some bizarre reason the stuff I buy from him just doesn't sell, or doesn't sell well, I should say, or at the speed I would like, either speed and price that I would like, you know. But everybody has their own preference as far as, you know, how fast they would like things to sell for, what, you know, profit margin, you know, what profit margin they're at. All right. Electronics, you know, electronics move. It's kind of tough to be in the electronics section on eBay because you got to test everything out. You got to weigh. You have to weigh your time. You know, is it worth it even testing it out? Is it worth it getting a new battery? Is it worth it getting a charger? All these things are going through my head as I'm picking up these products. You know, and a lot of it really comes down to this, you know, a lot of it comes down to obviously the cost, you know, what it's going to cost me, what it's going to ultimately sell for, and, you know, storage-wise, shipping-wise, is it going to be easy to store? This would be incredibly easy to store. This would be incredibly easy to ship. But he just wants too much for it, so.
The TV Roku.
I'm not going to be able to. It's probably like a $20 to $30 Roku. And I'm not going to pick it up. He just wants too much. And that is the, you know, that is the story here when you're up towards the front of the flea market. Higher prices. Typically higher prices on stuff. At least at this flea market. I can't speak for every flea market, but at this flea market, that's the way it goes. Gonna take out some jewelry here. Jewelry is also not... I don't necessarily buy a lot of jewelry here at the flea market. Again, everybody here, they will identify, you know, what's fine, you know, fine metals. They'll identify the gold, the silver, everything, the good quality jewelry. You know, these people they're good. They're sellers too. They're hustlers too. You know, they are resellers. They are just like us. If you're a reseller watching this, they are just like us. They're all resellers. So they're trying to identify, you know, what's going to make them the most money, and then they're going to price it accordingly. So sometimes you'll catch them, you know, and most of the time, you know, it's just a, you know, most of the time they're just want to move stuff, and so I will get a good deal because I'm a buyer. They're more into, you know, making the fast money, the fast sales, getting the money back.
Excuse me. How much is the laptop right there?
Or at least I should say that those are the vendors I'm looking for. The people that are just looking to move all their product. I'm not trying to, you know, I'm not out there, you know, what's the word? Or what's the phrase? I'm not trying to necessarily... I don't want to say cheap. That's not really the word. You know, I'm trying to make sure that they make money and that I make money. Basically, is what it comes down to. And if they're okay with the price I'm willing to pay, then we're cool. We're all good. And I've been coming here for years. And when I mean years, I mean probably when I was a baby, and I don't even remember. That's how long I've been coming to this flea market for, and how long this flea market has been here. I had a comment the other day on one of my videos. The guy said, "I can't take this guy's rambling." Let me know what you guys think in the video. I mean, am I rambling too much? Do you guys like my commentary, my voiceover here? I might try in the future to do just, as I'm at the flea market, doing commentary while I'm there. I'll probably need to get a mic or something set up for my GoPro. I have the little GoPro cage thing that you put around your GoPro that gives you the extra ports, so that way you can plug in a mic and stuff. I just don't want to be, wandering around talking on my camera all the time. I mean, to my camera all the time, but I might attempt to do that in the future. Some of these vendors do play loud music, so I'd have to get around that. And as far as recording goes, a lot of these people are cool. I think I've had one person, but I don't ever buy from them at all, mention about not recording, but it's not somebody that I even buy from, so everybody here around here is pretty cool. And especially if you have cash in your pocket and you're willing to buy stuff from them, they're even cooler. So this vendor here generally deals in a lot of tech stuff, a lot of electronics, and then occasionally hats. Next year, around springtime or so, is usually when we'll start to see a lot of office cleanouts here at the flea market. A lot of stuff from office cleanouts here at the flea market, so I will start to be... that's when I tend to buy a lot more computer hardware, office hardware, networking equipment, computer networking equipment. And that stuff brings good profit, especially if obviously you have to know what you're looking at, and you're able to test that stuff out.
How much on
I saw this cool little Super Mario thing here. Definitely a lot of cool stuff. Even though I do buy a lot from him, his prices are... we're definitely going to enter some negotiations. If I really, really want to make a purchase, if I really find a good amount of items that I want to buy, then I will, negotiate. But ultimately, I just picked up that Super Nintendo. I got a... you saw in the cart that Cooler Master. That's a cooler or a heatsink and fan for a CPU computer, central processing unit. And then I picked up a Sound of the Giants hat. Minor League hats do incredibly well. I mean, they sell good. They usually sell for pretty good money, especially if you get some unique ones. And those Sound of the Giant ones, they sell really well, especially just, unique colors and unique styles. I recently sold the Sound of the Giants. It had like a churro guy on it, like a churro man. And that one sold, I think, for $45. And then I recently sold a Nevada, Las Vegas. I forgot what it was called. I think they're called the... I forget what they're called, what that minor league team is called. I'll have to look it up here. But it had a little alien on it, a little alien head. And that one sold too for, I think that was $30 or $35. So I'll be sending you Las Vegas with alien heads on it. Those do really well. I think it's just called Las Vegas Aliens. Las Vegas. What are they called? Well, it's called Las Vegas Aviators, but... or formerly known as the Las Vegas 51s. I'm assuming associated with Area 51, which is why it had the alien on it, so... That was really cool. I was actually hoping it fit me, but it didn't. Yeah, coins. I really don't deal in coins or currency. There's always a lot of it around here. And people ask a lot for it, so. And it's not something I necessarily am familiar with. This is a Wednesday, so it's looking a little bit, you know, a little bit sparse as far as the vendors go. Thursdays are the hot days. Sundays are even hot. I mean, Sundays are just crazy. And I know I keep saying I'm going to do a Sunday video, but one of these days I will get out on a Sunday. I just have so much stuff. And then when you go out on a Sunday, it's like, oh man, you just can't, there's stuff you just can't pass up. I'm like, oh, I can't pass that up. I can't pass that up. So it's best sometimes just not to, sometimes it's best to not buy. Concentrate on listing, because all the stuff that's sitting around, that's all profit that's just sitting there, not doing anything for you. So sometimes it's best just to take a step back, get your items listed, and get caught up. I don't know. I thought this might be something, but I did, you know, quickly look it up later on my phone, and it wasn't anything. Now, I do have to get to the flea market tomorrow, because I got some insider information. Well, yeah, I should say just some friendly information that there will be a computer. There was a computer unit that was purchased, and so there will be a lot of computer stuff here. Another thing you'll find too, especially if you're at a flea market with a lot of storage locker buyers from the area, there'll be a theme. There will definitely be a theme. You will start to see. It's kind of strange because there are times where I will suddenly, you know, come across one vendor that maybe has, you know, what was it? The other day was unicorn stuff. There was like a vendor. There was all kinds of unicorn pictures and books and toys. And then I'm over at another vendor, and then there's all kinds of unicorn statues and unicorn, you know, again, unicorn posters and books. And then I see another vendor. It's more unicorn stuff. I'm like, what the heck? Where's all this unicorn stuff? Like, they're all, you know, my guess is that, you know, someone or, you know, one family or one person had multiple units with a bunch of stuff stashed away, so.
Okay.
I think he, trying to remember what she was.
Okay. I'll come take a look. I'll be here in the morning. Yeah, today's a bonus day for me.
Trying to remember what she was
not doing anything.
I can't remember.
I'll be here.
Especially after being sick for a while, I really just, oh man, it was not cool. This little crystal frog actually sold already. I sold that for $12. It's nothing, you know, nothing crazy, you know, $12. And like, you think, $12, but, you know, everything starts to add up as you start selling. You know, you get one $12 item, another $12 item, maybe a $15, $20 item. You know, but then by the time the day's done, you're looking at $300, $400, $500.
I'll find some stuff.
You know, that little crystal frog didn't take anything to, you know, didn't take anything to ship, you know. That's a few wraps in bubble wrap just to make sure, you know, you get a nice, you know, cushion around it. And you can throw that in a poly mailer and send it on its way. And remember, I think I said crystal. Did I say crystal? Crystal glass crystal. You know, there are glass, or what people call crystal, is glass with additives, things added to it to make it stronger. So if it is crystal, I mean, I'm not saying just throw it in a poly bag and send it on its way. No, you still want to make sure you wrap it. But generally, crystal glass is stronger, more durable, and can withstand a little bit more than just standard glass stuff. But you still want to make sure you package well. And I do have a packaging video. I haven't really posted much on there lately. But I still have a series of videos on there for that show me just packing stuff up. So if you guys, want to see that, if you guys have any questions about packing, if you guys just want to see me pack stuff up, you guys can definitely take a look at that. Here's something she's handed me here. This is a halogen tester, and that actually already sold. I sold it as is. It sold for 25 bucks. Halogen leak detector. I think it's for refrigerators or refrigerant or something. Not 100% sure, but I sold it as is, and it sold in a matter of about 48 hours. And as a matter of fact, I've been selling these. I thought they would move a little bit quicker than what they're actually, what the rate they're actually going at, but they are selling. San Francisco 49ers. It's the different Super Bowls. It's a replica of the ring from those Super Bowls, but obviously in a chain format. It's not anything. It's not gold, diamonds, or anything like that. It's just some rhinestones and a painted gold pendant necklace. So, but actually those, I already sold 2 of them, and I sold each of them for $20. I'm selling each of them for $20, and 2 of them sold for $20 already. So, especially this year the 49ers are doing pretty good. So that was my thought process behind buying those as well. Is that the 49ers are doing pretty well, and I'm pretty sure there'll be some 49er fans buying those. I hope. Some more stuff. Now that eagle right there, obviously that's a wooden eagle, carved eagle. But the cast iron ones do really. If you find any cast iron eagles like that, they're definitely a pickup. Definitely at the right price. You want to get them for, in my opinion, unless it's by some famous artist, less than $5. But I've sold cast iron eagles before around $20. Cast iron in general does really well. Everything cast iron I have tends to go fairly quickly, within about several weeks to a couple months. One thing I do actually, surprisingly, am kind of odd, but I have a lot of luck selling cast iron doorstops. Go figure. The last one I sold was a little mouse doorstop. It was kind of like the little mouse was holding the door, and then the little wedge fits underneath there, so his hands are kind of, or the paws were holding the door back. It was kind of cool. I liked it. But I'm in the business of selling, and I don't really use doorstops. There's some, it's like wooden fruit. Guy pushing something there. And yeah, pretty dead today. It's getting closer and closer towards the end of the year, so a lot of people are taking time off, vacations. I know one of my friends that sells here pretty regularly. He's been, taking a lot of time off and spending time with family, which, in my opinion, that's one of the great things about being in business for yourself, or having this, to be able to get this flexibility, be able to spend time with family, do kind of basically just do what you want. I mean, can't be lazy in your business either, but it gives you great flexibility. And for me, that means, family. Yeah, I spotted those Harry Potter book set down there. As a matter of fact, that's sold already. That sold for $30, I believe. I'm definitely going to pick up that Harry Potter book set. I don't really pick up the individuals, but if I find a complete set like that, I'll definitely scoop it up for... I think I paid around $10 for it, and that's what you should be at for that Harry Potter set. I'll definitely recap everything. I'm still gonna. This video will have a recap because I already shot the recap. So there will be some other future videos coming out with no recap. So, but I did shoot the recap for this video already. So there'll be more information on everything I picked up that will be for resale. What is this little like candle holder or something, or trinket box, or trinket cup? Yeah, no, we're not picking that up. Harry Potter, just a complete book set. The only challenging thing about this is, shipping it out. Just make sure you have a box big enough for it. And, it's going to be a little weighty. So, it's going to cost the buyer a little bit to ship it out. That could be, that could deter some buyers. Also, but I mean, if they were to buy every book individually, that would probably cost a lot in shipping, buying each one individually, as opposed to just buying, boom, a whole set all in one. Yeah, there appears to be. Yeah, I'm scanning. I'm looking. I haven't said this recently, but I'm scanning. I'm looking for something to draw me in. Looking for something to draw me in on these. Oh, I was going to try to buy these shoes, and this guy just... This guy... he tends to operate right from the seat of his car. It's not like a cold or hot day or anything, but...
Oh, okay.
I was thinking of buying those for myself, but ultimately it was just... I just didn't like the price, so I left them behind.
30? Oh, okay. No, it's okay, man. I'm good.
We're going to go ahead and... we're going to cut to the recap now. Hey everybody, welcome to the recap. So we got some great items at the flea market. I just love the flea market. I mean, I find so much cool stuff there, and so many cool people. I mean, the vendors are really nice. At least the ones I visit. Yeah, I don't know them all personally, and you can see I walk by a lot of them because a lot of them aren't, there aren't items that I necessarily want to buy. I'm gonna do the standing up. So we got a few things. Right off the bat, this is an item I'm gonna keep. It's the original cut, the original version, because a lot of the new Star Wars stuff isn't the original version. And we have the VHS Star Wars trilogy, and they're all in there. So these ones I picked up along with these shoes. Got this in a bundle. So in total, we spent $30. So $15 each. So we got the shoes. I got the VHS. So. Here are the shoes. These are Shane O'Neill Nike SBs. So these are skateboarding shoes. They got the gum bottom. They're good. They're nice, clean, and size 10 on those. So just a great pair of shoes. These shoes are actually going to go on our Poshmark account. We're going to start pushing harder on Poshmark now, but Poshmark's primarily going to be focused on shoes and probably clothing. Shoes for right now. We're definitely going to do shoes on Poshmark just because that's what I'm familiar with. More familiar with than clothes. I just don't do that much clothes. You guys know my feelings on clothes. I talk about it almost every video. I don't like clothes. So these are going to go on Poshmark, and they should go for around $50, maybe $60 on the high end. We'll see. Then you got to look out for minor league teams. Baseball minor league. These San Jose Giants hat do incredibly well, and I couldn't find any comps on a maroon one, so I'm guessing this is probably going to be about a $30 hat. And the other thing too about hats, I know back in my day, fitted hats were all the rage. Everybody, you had to have a fitted hat. You had to get fitted hats. The pro versions, the fitted hats. But nowadays, it's all about the adjustable hats. And now that I'm older, I see the point because I wear an adjustable hat now. This hat's adjustable. You can adjust the size. You have a bigger audience you can sell to if it's adjustable. And it's a new era hat, so it's this wool or acrylic or what is it? Made in bank, 100% wool. 100% wool. San Jose Giants in a color that I do not see online. And San Jose Giants stuff, you might not see it everywhere. This might be just exclusive to San Jose, where I live. But probably about $30 in that hat. Maybe a little bit more, because I haven't seen this color. Not that it's a particularly, like, you know, rare color or edition or anything like that, but we'll see. Then, you saw me pick this up. I might keep this just for testing purposes when I'm testing computers out. I'm not sure yet, but this is the Hyper 212 Evo Cooler Master. It's just a really good CPU cooler. It's not the best. It's not, you know, if you guys, you know, are familiar with computers, computer cooling, you need one of these devices to cool your CPU or your central processing unit, your Intel, your AMD processors. And this is what they look like. You know, pretty generic ones, like, you know, when you buy them off the shelf, you buy a computer off the shelf, you know, it comes with, you know, its own cooling solution. But at computer builders, or if you want a little bit more performance, you're going to go, you know, to, you know, another company. You're going to buy something off the shelf to put into your system. This would be one of them. Not the best, but it does work well. Someone messaging me right now? Someone's messaging me. Okay. Then I got a couple other things here. Let me just see what's going on. Okay. Just checking that out. What else did I get? Okay, this was pretty cool. A cool find. I wasn't 100% familiar with it, with the actual maker, but it's a little crystal glass frog. Just really nicely done. You know what? It's just a scratcher. Junk. There might be a scratch in it. Oh, well, maybe it won't go for as much as I thought it was. Well, it is something to look out for. The maker is Val. I couldn't really read it, so I typed in just a few keywords to find it. And it is, I'll tell you right now, I already created a listing for it. Val St. Lambert. And it is signed on the bottom. That was the other reason why I picked it up, because it is signed. Val St. Lambert glass. So definitely look out for that name. It is a good name to buy and resell. And this frog should probably be, I mean, it does have a little bit of damage on the side. Yeah. I thought maybe it was just something stuck on there, but no, it's actually some damage. So about $10. Yeah, if it was no damage, it would be about $20. But still a nice little frog. I'm going to try to sell it still with the damage. Okay, then, you know, I walked in to see one of the vendors. 1 second. I'm going to put something back there on the wall there, or door, I should say. Okay, I keep selling all the shirts that go on that wall, so hopefully that shirt will be next, the Wu-Tang one. Every time I put a shirt there, it seems to sell. Kind of weird. All right, next computer thing I bought. Now, I bought this. Now, I wouldn't expect everybody to be aware of this. I wouldn't expect anybody to find this out there. It's not that it's rare. It's just that people don't normally take this off their graphics card. So this is a graphics card fan shroud. The company, this logo is the company that has this logo is called Zotac. Not a huge, like, well-known name. I mean, if we're into graphics cards, if you're into computers, you'll know Zotac. But you'll also see that GeForce RTX. So GeForce is NVIDIA, and RTX means that's the ray tracing line of cards, so more higher ends, more newer cards. And this one goes to the 280 RTX card. So, and one of the reasons you could tell it's a higher end cooling system is because it has 3 fans on it. So the more fans, the better, because it's a more faster chip, more performance, it needs more cooling. So this is an OEM, or original, what is it, original equipment manufacturer? What does OEM stand for exactly? I use it all the time. OEM stands for original equipment manufacturer. That's what it stands for exactly. I was kind of right there. But, so that's what this is. So somebody probably took this off their 2080 RTX and probably put a more robust cooling solution on that. But the cooling solutions that come on graphics cards are generally enough. But if you want more performance, you got to bring the cooling down to get some more performance out of the card. So I know I have looked for these original fans, original shrouds before. So I know someone will be out there looking for this. It might not be a fast seller. this might be on the slower selling side of things. But I just recognize exactly what it is. It's something that I like, I deal with. I used to, I still do, but I haven't done it in a while. Take apart computers, tinker, speed them up, all that. What we call, what do we call? We call it, oh, almost dropped it. What do we call it? That's basically speeding it up, but we call it overclocking. We overclock our stuff to make it go faster. I used to be involved in that community for a while. Then what else we got over here? I'm going to have to go off screen. Hopefully it doesn't like wash out there. Yeah. Oh, and then, I'm going to put the bag, because I have my bag full of stuff right here. I'm going to put it right here on this little, like a little shelf here. Let me just move this stuff out of the way. Okay. I'll put this bag here on the rest of the items. I mean, we didn't get too much, but we got some great items here. Okay. Hopefully that does not fall over. Okay, I dropped a short the other day about digital cameras. You should be on the lookout for old digital cameras. They do really well. This is a Nikon Coolpix S10. Now, generally you would want higher megapixels, at least 10 megapixels or more. But I think the uniqueness of this camera drives the price up on it. So this goes for about $100. And it goes for about $100 as well because I have the original charger, and it has a battery, and this one happens to have a memory card too with it, so adds more to its value. So Coolpix S10 Nikon camera, really cool. I got it for $15. You may or may not have heard me say that in the video, but that was a cool find, and this will, I only spent I think I spent like $90 on everything I got, so that's going to put me hopefully close to profit already with just this one piece. And that's what I try to do a lot when I'm at the flea market, is try to find at least one thing, two things, three things that'll put me into the profit. Everything else I buy that day is all profit. So, another thing, again, not something I expected everybody to know about. I doubt, finding it might be kind of difficult. Yeah, I haven't seen one of these in a while, but I make sure there's no serial number, because sometimes there's like an activation code on here, but I don't think so. This is the server edition. So Microsoft Windows NT Server. It's just a server operating system, which people still want. People still look for them. People still look for this old hardware. Excuse me, I know sometimes I watch some tech YouTubers who are on there, and they need some of this older operating systems to work with the hardware that maybe they're testing out, or you're building a retro rig. Not that this is going in any retro rig, like retro gaming rig or anything. This is server software. But surprisingly, it goes for about $25. So this is stuff. This is the stuff that I love to find. I love to sell it. Some of the stuff I keep, like this thing. I'm probably gonna keep this because this will be good for testing out boards. You can't. So like the board. When I have a processor or motherboard, I can't just. I mean, you could turn it on, power it up, turn it on, but that processor is gonna get hot really quickly. And when I mean hot, I mean it could. If you touch it, it can do some damage to your skin. So you need a cooling solution on that. But we got some software, and everything was in there. I checked it out already, which is good. We're going to sell that. Hopefully make some good money on it. Some decent money. This one here, I think this goes for about $30. I really haven't done all my research on it. It looks like it came from Goodwill. And I think I got this for $5. So this is not... I thought at first it was maybe some sort of backpack or crossbody. But it's actually for archery. And it'll hold, it holds your what do you call it, arrows, and it's got other packs on here as well too. So that I think this should go for like $30. That's not bad. I paid $5 for this one, $8 for this and the software. So not bad. Right when I walked into the flea market. This one here I might have paid up for this, but I think it only goes for like $10. But sometimes what I do is I like to maintain a you know, a relationship with the people that I'm buying from, that I buy from regularly, whether I can buy something from them or not. Just to, you know, just to, you know, show them that, you know, I'm still a buyer. I'm still here. I'm still buying from you. And, I thought this would just be worth more. I thought it'd be worth at least 20 bucks, but it's not. It's worth about $10. Not really a good buy for $5, but overall, on the whole trip, we're going to make good money. So, $10. Don't spend $5 on it. Get it for $1 or $2. Then, you know, someone I buy from all the time, Lupe, she brought this out. Thought I might be interested in it. It's kind of cool, and it does go for actually quite a bit. Well, I mean, $30, 25 to 30 bucks. I can't find this exact one per se, but it's a halogen leak detector. So, it's an old one too. So that's pretty cool. I mean, it's going to go for $25, $30 maybe. Not bad. It's going to add to our profits. Whoop. And this chair is right in my way, and I got a box right behind me a box of boxes. Okay. Then we got Lord of the Rings. It goes for like $10, so it's not, I don't know, crazy valuable. It was only $2, so it's okay. Not a bad find there. I feel like I'm missing something. Oh, I think I am missing some stuff. I think I have some stuff. Where did I put the other stuff? Hold on one second. Okay, because I knew I bought some more from Lupe there. This chair is like in my way. I keep stepping on the wheels. I gotta unload that box that's behind me. I gotta unload the boxes that are out in the box. Okay. Then we got, I'll try to get these listed pretty quickly because it is not something I would normally buy. I usually would pass stuff up like this, but it is San Francisco 49ers. Just commemorative super. It's not even done really well. I can barely even make out 49ers in San Francisco. It's kind of poorly done, but I'm pretty sure because the 49ers are doing really well right now. I think they're 4-0. Not that I'm a Niner fan, but I'm a reselling fan. I'll definitely sell these and hopefully make some decent money. I have no idea. There's no sold comps on it. I don't know if I'm going to list them individually or as a collection. I might list them individually just because there might be some pieces people are more interested in than others. I'm going to have to figure out which Super Bowl each of these are associated with. But, I don't know, maybe $10 each on the low end. So, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 bucks. We'll see. It's not real anything. Real metal. Then I grabbed this standardized textbook of barbering. I need to figure out what edition this is because it really could make a difference. However, the condition of books means everything. It's pretty, what do you call it? It would have to be a pretty significant book in order to be sold for good money in this type of a condition. This is not one of those books, but it should still sell. I need to figure out what edition it is exactly. I think that has like a metal plate. Some of them have a metal plate on the front, but maybe $20. Not 100% sure yet, though. I gotta still do some more research, figure out what edition it is and all that. Then the last thing in here. This is the last thing, right? All right, last thing. Harry Potter collection. It's not crazy money. It's heavy, so it's going to cost a lot to ship. It's going to cost the buyer a lot to ship it out to them. But it's the complete collection. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And should go for about 30 bucks for the whole collection there. But that's everything I got from the flea market. So just a nice day at the flea market. We got some decent stuff to list. And we'll be back at the flea market tomorrow to get some more items. Don't think I'm going to add anything else to the end of this video because it is pretty long already. If you start to see this fade out, then maybe I did add something to the end to talk about, to chit-chat about. Otherwise, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate any new subscribers. We're up closing in on 600 now. I hope you guys like the content. I hope you guys Hope it's educational. You guys are learning something. You're learning what to buy, what to look out for, why I pass things up. I'll try to do my best to explain everything I'm doing, what my thought process is as I'm walking the aisles of the flea market or Goodwill or any thrift store for that matter. Actually, I will have a Plato's Closet video coming out pretty soon. We did go over to Plato's Closet the other day with my son, so we are going to try to start to get, what do you call it? Poshmark. We're going to try to get Poshmark up and running. I already have a Poshmark store. I just want to get it, get more traction on it. So I think what we're going to do is try to focus more on shoes on Poshmark. And then I'll probably have my son just kind of run that store and, take it to wherever it goes. Sorry, got a little bit of dust. A lot of this stuff here on the flea market is dusty. All this stuff's coming out of storage units, offices, other places. So yeah, it's going to be dusty. So make sure you clean up your products. But I appreciate new subscribers. I appreciate any comments. Thumbs up. Let me know what you guys think of the video. If you guys have any questions, concerns, drop them down below. Otherwise, thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.